Welcome to the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast, your go-to source for the latest developments, trends, and regulatory changes in the industry. I'm your host, Steve Hamoan, here to provide you with insights sourced from reputable news outlets to help you stay informed and make well-informed decisions. This podcast is brought to you by Real Approved Inc., a trusted mortgage brokerage dedicated to helping Canadians achieve their home ownership dreams. Visit realapproved.ca to learn more about how their experienced team can assist you with your mortgage needs. Let's dive into today's episode. Today we're discussing a significant development in the Canadian housing market. According to recent data from the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, Canada is expected to fall far short of its ambitious housing affordability goals. The federal insurer has projected a slowdown in construction for 2025, which poses challenges to the government's target of building 3.9 million new homes by 2031. In their 2025 housing market outlook, the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation reported that urban housing starts reached 227,697 last year. However, to stay on track with the housing goals, at least 650,000 new homes are needed each year. The slowdown is primarily attributed to fewer new condominium apartments being built. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation noted that low investor interest and a shift in demand from young families towards more family-friendly homes are contributing factors. This change in demand could lead to an increase in unsold units, which in turn might deter developers from launching new projects. The affordability crisis is most acute in Ontario and British Columbia. The report indicates that housing markets in these provinces are particularly unaffordable, and sales are expected to remain below their 10-year averages due to ongoing affordability challenges and new immigration targets. However, there is a silver lining as the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation expects home prices in these provinces to grow at a slower pace, particularly in the early part of the forecast period. On the other hand, more affordable housing markets in Alberta and Québec are experiencing a rebound. Sales in these provinces are projected to reach historically high levels, with prices growing faster than the national average. This contrast highlights the regional disparities in the Canadian housing market, driven by various economic and demographic factors. Housing Minister Nathaniel Erskine-Smith, who is the fourth minister to hold this position in just 3 years, has not commented on these figures. However, upon his appointment on December 20th, he acknowledged the short timeline to meet the housing targets. Industry voices like Richard Lyle, president of the Residential Construction Council of Ontario, have long warned that the government's construction target is unrealistic. Lyle emphasized that when cranes come down, they are not easily put back up, referring to the challenges in sustaining housing construction momentum. Conservative Member of Parliament Tracy Gray from Kelowna Lake Country, British Columbia, raised concerns over the feasibility of the government's promises made in Budget 2024. The budget claimed that 3.87 million homes would be built by 2031, but Lyle's response was blunt: not a chance. Municipal development charges are cited as a major hurdle, with Lyle pointing out that in the Greater Toronto Area, these charges account for 31% of new housing costs, while in British Columbia, it's about 30%. Such high costs, he argues, effectively tax housing like alcohol and tobacco, making it unsustainable and particularly burdening first-time buyers. In a positive development for local communities, the town of Saugeen Shores has received a significant boost with a funding allocation of approximately $3.2 million from the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation's Housing Accelerator Fund. This funding is part of an effort to address housing affordability and expand housing opportunities within the town. Saugeen Shores Mayor Luc Charbonneau expressed gratitude for the funding and emphasized its potential impact on the community. He stated, "The town of Saugeen Shores is grateful to be a recipient of this CMHC funding and for the impact it will have on the community." The funding is expected to facilitate the construction of approximately 450 new homes over the next decade, which is a substantial step towards addressing the housing needs in Saugeen Shores. Mayor Charbonneau highlighted the importance of this initiative, noting, "Saugeen Shores is working hard to address housing affordability in our community. Council and staff have made it a priority, and now, with this CMHC funding, we will advance new innovative housing initiatives to help ensure that everyone in Saugeen Shores can find a place to live. The funding will support 8 key initiatives aimed at enhancing housing opportunities. These initiatives include housing-driven community planning, permitting, and housing opportunities system, affordable community housing improvement plan, an official plan, and zoning bylaw amendments related to inclusionary zoning, among others. These efforts are designed to create a more inclusive and sustainable housing environment in Saugeen Shores. Additional initiatives supported by the funding are the Additional Residential Unit Toolkits and Standardized Modular Housing Program, incentive programming tools to enable the construction of affordable and attainable housing, Property Repurpose Utilization Program to convert surplus and underutilized land to housing, nonprofit housing partnerships, and Consolidation Linear Infrastructure Environmental Compliance Approval Process. These comprehensive measures aim to tackle housing challenges from multiple angles, ensuring a robust and effective approach to community development. As we wrap up today's episode, it's clear that the allocation of funds to Saugeen Shores is a promising step in addressing housing challenges faced by many communities. The collaborative efforts between the town and the Canadian Mortgage and Housing Corporation highlight the importance of targeted investments in creating sustainable housing solutions. This development not only benefits Saugeen Shores, but also serves as a model for other communities striving to enhance housing affordability and accessibility. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast. We hope you found today's insights valuable as you navigate the world of mortgages and real estate. Before you go, a quick reminder, Real Approved is here to make your mortgage journey smoother. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, their experienced team is ready to guide you with personalized support every step of the way. Visit realapproved.ca to get started and take the next step toward achieving your home ownership goals. Catch you next time, and stay informed with the latest industry insights.